Let's know Pro. Today I'll be teaching you Alice Walker as part of the color purple. So color purple available in almost every university's UG syllabus. So today I will be teaching you about Alice Walker. In next video I'll teach you color purple. Okay. So it's the first lecture on the color purple which is about Alice Walker. Okay. So at the end of the video I'll give you a secret tips to do score roll and to learn literature first. Okay. So those who are new to the channel, please subscribe the channel. Press the bell icon, and if you have any doubts at the end of the video, then you can write it down in the comment section. And for your kind information, I will say that soon I will be coming with live videos, so subscription here is necessary. So the Alice Walker, who is Alice Walker? Just wait, let me teach you properly. Okay. So Alice Walker, her full name is something which you should be knowing, although if you do not know, till you can do work. It's not that you can't, but still you should be trying to know it. Okay. So alias Malsenar Talaha Kat Walker. Alias Malsenar Talohla Kat Walker. Okay, that's her full name. So Alice Walker. If you just know Alice Walker, that's enough. But for your information to broaden your knowledge, you are supposed to know the full name. Okay, but not necessary. Okay, that's not necessary. Alice Malsenar Talala Kat Walker. Okay. So that's what, and her birth date is 1944. Okay, so a little bit you just require to know 1944. So is an American novelist. Okay, so which you are supposed to know. So she is an American novelist. So why it is necessary to know, do you know? Because like country wise you are supposed to know, because often what happens, a writer who belongs to like different writers who belong to different nations, different nationalist perspective you could get. Okay, and here it is most necessary because she is an American and her writing reflect deeply American nationalism, a kind of issues which are quite related to her country. Specifically I am saying maybe it can resonate with any country, but her one is definitely with her country for several reasons. So you are supposed to know she is an American, and while studying literature you have already understood that you are supposed to know the countries. Okay, because in net set what happened, question directly comes that which African writer won first Nobel Prize, which American writer won first Pulitzer Prize. So that's why you are supposed to know the country too. So she is an American novelist, short story writer, poet, social activist. Okay, I hope that much clear what she is. American novelist, short story writer, poet and social activist. Just do it. Already come to know Alice Walker is a novelist, short story writer, poet, social activist. Means she is multi-talented. She has not only wrote novels but also wrote short story, wrote poetry, and she was someone who did works on social welfare. Okay, that's how she is a social activist. That much clear? So now the next part is she became, what she became? Just wait, we'll be dealing with this too. So she became the first, okay, so she became the first African American woman to win the Pulitzer Prize for fiction. She was the first African American woman to win the Pulitzer Prize for fiction. That comes in UGC NET as well as in different state exam. That who is the first African American woman to win the Pulitzer Prize for fiction? Who is that? You now know. It's Alice Walker is the first African American woman to win the Pulitzer Prize for fiction. Okay, and then She was awarded for her novel The Color Purple. That's our present discussion. We'll be discussing The Color Purple. I'll decode Color Purple. I will go to the text even before, definitely after explaining the outline of the novel. After seeing what are the important theme of the novel, then we'll go to the direct text of the novel and I'll decode important lines from the novel. Okay. So she is the first African American woman to win the Pulitzer Prize for fiction, which she was awarded for a novel The Color Purple. Okay, so she won the prize 1982 and that's the year her novel to published. Okay, The Color Purple. Over the span of her career, Walker has published 17 novels, short story collection and 12 non-fiction. So she had published 17 novels. That necessary to know. Whatever I am saying, these are necessary. So 17 novels, short story collection and 12 non-fiction work. Okay. You may take screenshot of it, but I will give you notes. Everybody knows that at the end of video I provide notes. Okay, you'll get the note and that note is enough for any exam, for UG and even for other examination. So we have till now come to know she is the first African American woman to win Pulitzer Prize for fiction. She is not only a novelist, she is a short story writer, she is a social activist, she is a poet. Her birth year 1944, her full name we came to know. Then what else we had come to know, that she had written 17 novels and short story collection, 12 non-fiction. So till now we have come to know that much. Okay, if that much is clear, now we'll go to her little background, like from where she studied, when she has started publishing her writings, what are the most famous writings so far. Then we'll go. First, what I said, you try to understand one by one. That her birth year 1944. She was someone who was American writer. She is first African American to win Pulitzer Prize for fiction. And the winning year is 1982, and for which she won Color Purple. The Color Purple published in 1982, and she had published 17 novels, short story collection, 12 non-fiction. Okay, till now is okay. Then we'll move to her personal life as well as our writing career. Okay, we'll move then. Only first we'll be trying to finish that much. Knowing about Walker's personal life as well as how she started her written career. So little bit where she was born. She was born in rural Georgia. It's a countryside available in America. Overcame challenges like injury and she had witnessed segregation. That time what segregation it was happening? That segregation, racial segregation, like separate black people from white people. This was available and that's even like legally recognized. So that she sustained, she had witnessed this, and to become high school valedictorian and graduate from Sarah Lawrence College. She was graduate from Sarah Lawrence College. She began her writing career with her first book of poetry once, and later wrote novels including her best known work The Color Purple. So her first book was poetry, although she is best known as a novelist, but first her writing was poetry and the title is Once, and then she had written novel like The Color Purple for which she had won Pulitzer Prize. Okay, as an activist, Walker participated in the civil rights movement. She had participated in a civil rights movement because in the introduction we have seen she is a social activist too. So definitely she had done some social welfare work. And what is this? Participating in civil rights movement, and that what right? Because the rights of black people were taken away and civil and other rights were not available, and thus the right movement was taken, but partially the rights for black people, what right they wanted so many rights which were taken away from them just because of the race, which was a harsh reality that time, which was a very discriminating situation present at that time there. So advocated for women of color through the term womanism. She had coined the term womanism. She was the first person to say that feminism shouldn't be just limited to white people. There should be some people from black people who can represent themselves, because in first and second wave of feminism, what was happening, only white women, white British women were talking about, and it was feeling like that that's a that's a white feminism rather than a whole general category of feminism. That's why she coined womanism, where the women of every color will find their place, not just only a white woman. Okay, so this is what she had coined. Has been involved in animal advocacy. She had fought for animal right too. She had fought how we can give every creature the space to live and to do their work, to I have the freedom. Okay, so don't take their freedom away just because you consider yourself a human being. True humanity does not lie in taking it away. So this is what she had done, and she is a pacifism. She had fought for peace. Okay, she was a peace activist too, and additionally, she has taken a strong stance on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. She had taken part in that too, and supporting boycott, divestment, and sanction campaign. Okay, this is what she had done. She had done that much is necessary, had to know. And beside this, but will be knowing this thing, that the 2007 Walker donated her paper consisting of 122 boxes of manuscript and archive material to Emory University Manuscript Archives and Rare Book Literary. So she had in 2007, she had, it's a recent work of her. Okay, we had already come to know her first poetry collection once, and another most famous novel of her is Color Purple. And now we are coming in 2007. She had donated her paper consisting of 122 boxes of manuscript to the an archive material to Emory University. Okay, it's a university available, this most famous university. So she had donated this manuscript, 122 boxes of manuscript and archive material to that Emory University. And in addition to drafts of novels such as The Color Purple, unpublished poems, manuscript, and correspondence with editor, the collection includes extensive correspondence with family members, friends, colleagues, early treatment of the film script for The Color Purple. Okay, so if what was available in that box is like the drafts of the novel, including Color Purple, and along with this correspondence, the letter messages which was like sent and resent and received between her and her family members, that too available. Film script for The Color Purple was available. Then the collection also contains a scrapbook of poetry compiled when Walker was 15. Okay, that was also included when Walker was just 15. Scrapbook entitled Poems of a Childhood Poetess. Okay, this was available too. In 2013, Alice Walker published 2 new books, one of them entitled The Cushion in the Road, Meditation and Wandering as the Whole World Awakens to Being in Harm's Way. Okay, this is what published in 2013. This is a recent. Okay, the other was book of poems entitled The World Will Follow Joy, Turning Madness into Flowers. Okay, that much clear that her first poetry book was once. Then her one of the most famous writing is The Color Purple, for which she won a Pulitzer Prize, and she was someone like who had donated her recent work 2007 in that Emory University, and there she had even included the script of The Color Purple and her 2 recent work, The Cushion in the Road, Meditation and Wandering as the Whole World Awakens to Being in Harm's Way, and The World Will Follow Joy, Turning Madness into Flowers. Okay, so that much enough to know regarding Alice Walker. Next we'll see what are the prizes she had won. Okay, thank you. So that way our today's lecture on the LIS worker is ending, and before ending it I would mention two most important factor which always comes in UGC NET and SET exams regarding LIS worker is that when she had won Pulitzer Prize is 1983, although Color Purple published in 1982, but the year of her receiving Pulitzer Prize is 1983 and National Book Award is 1983 in the same year. Okay, so this way we are ending our students lecture on LIS worker, which is not only helpful for UG English literature student but also for PG students, but also for those who are preparing for other national exams. Tomorrow we'll be uploading video on this Color Purple, and I will explain that what the novel is about, what are the important themes you are supposed to study from the Color Purple, what are the questions came in previous year examination in different universities as well as in UGC NET and WBC. Then I will be showing I will be doing textual analysis. I'll go to the direct text and show you that what are the most important passages and how you are supposed to read a novel. Everything will do. For the timing that much only, please subscribe the channel those who are new to the channel. If you will be the first person to subscribe it, then you may get winner reward too. Okay, and the tips which I had already promised at the beginning of my video, that I will give you a tips to score well and definitely to love literature. The tips is that to know not the summary definitely, that but know the characters. Okay, or that's what I tell you, that if you know the characters well, through the characters you get a lens and that will help you to do score well. How it is? So when you will read the Color Purple, you will find that there's different story available, but if you just know the story of the Silly, then you'll know the whole novel. Why it is? Because it's through the Silly that we are knowing the novel. She is writing letters and through this we are knowing the what the whole novel is about. So if you just read about Silly, then you can know the whole novel and you can give answers to every question too. So try to know the characters well. That will even help you in understanding literature. That will help you to feel more interested in literature, because it's the thing that you'll start loving the character and then you'll feel the interest. Okay, and another, if I tell you, then for that you have to subscribe the channel. Once you subscribe it, write it in the comment section that I have subscribed it, then I will tell you one of the most secret tips which none will tell you. Okay, but for that you have to subscribe. You have to write it in the comment section you have subscribed it, then I will tell you the most secret tips by using which you can 100% get good score. Okay, and that one for which you have to subscribe. Thank you.